On today's video, let's create some French country thrift flips. Hello everybody and welcome into Emily's Upcycled Home. So I've had these wooden tags in my stash. It already had them painted with my first coat of French linen by Dixie Belle. Once again, you can use that affiliate link down in that description for Dixie Belle products. I went ahead and print out some of these images. I found these free printables. I can't remember, but I think I found them a few years ago. Went ahead and printed them out on my laser printer in a black and white look here. And once I have them all ripped up on the side so that I don't have a straight line or a very harsh line when I decoupage my images, I come in with my Mod Podge. Now don't go as heavy as I did here on my Mod Podge. I don't know what I was thinking. I was just kind of layering it up pretty thick and it kind of just wrinkles up your paper. So you want to go ahead and do a thinner coat here and maybe even use the iron-on method to heat up in that area as well, just to give it a smoother transition since I use so much of our decoupage medium here. So instead of that iron, I'm going to come in with that heat tool and do that process. Once your pieces thoroughly adhere to your wood, you can come in with your sandpaper. I come in with my little gator. You can find this on Amazon. And I'm going to heavily distress that paper because I really want a distressed aged look, a worn out look on those images. So I'm going to come in around those edges, take off any excess layers on the side that we don't need of paper. And I'm going to repeat that process also on the other one. Now this is a personal preference, you guys. You don't have to weather and age up your pieces as much as if you don't want to. And then coming back in with that same French linen paint by Dixie Belle, I'm gonna go around the edges and just kind of blend in all that paper against our surface here, and then go ahead and come in with my antique wax from Bear, and then making sure I offload some over here so I don't contaminate my product container, because I'm just using the same brush that has all the paint and everything that we have already on it. Go ahead and layer up my board as well as that paper, giving this a very aged look. With a lint-free rag, come in and wipe off any of the excess. And then just to add this edging here, make it more pronounced, I come in with my black ink pad that's pretty worn out, you guys. It just has a little bit of ink in it, and I use it for these kind of distressing areas here. Then I come in and blend in that distress oxide as well. I think this is vintage walnut. Lastly, come in and blend everything once again with my brush, pulling in those inks into our wood center. Add a little bit more glue to this little rusty piece on the top. And then we'll go ahead and embellish everything up with some tags. But so far, you guys, what do you think of this? And I'm just pulling in some muslin fabric. This is coffee stain. And then you see on the side, I have that homespun fabric in like a checkered black and brown color. I think that works very perfectly here. I'm going to double knot the top, trim my ribbons. You can also knot this on the top to hang wherever you want, but I'm going to leave them straight just in case you just want them laying in a basket or anything like that. I'm going to come in with some faux white roses and one of my favorite greeneries here that you can use for that affiliate link to Julie's Designs and Signs, and that is the Baby Twilight greenery. I'm going to go ahead and trim off any excess, come in with glue, add in that greenery, and then look how cute these little tags came out using some decoupage images you can print on your printer, as well as some salvage wood pieces. You guys, let me know what you would do with these pieces, and in your decor, where would you put them, and let me know what you think once again. Don't forget to shop with my affiliate links to Julie's Designs and Signs and Recycles Treasures decoupage paper, link in the description. Look at this beautiful piece with all its detailing. It's just a little piece I thrifted, and you guys, I'm still going through my stash here, so I found this piece and we're going to give it that French country vibe as well, coming back in with that French linen color paint and adding some texture as well with some baking soda. I do not measure here. I just add in my baking soda as well as my paint mixture, and you can add as much baking soda as you want to make your product as thick as you want. I like a very chunky, pasty kind of look, almost like a spackle kind of texture to my piece here. Once I have this all thoroughly mixed up, I'm going to go ahead and start adding that to our piece using a stippling motion to add even more texture to our little pedestal pot here. Not worrying about a full coverage here, just going ahead and stipple, making sure that you get that underside of your piece as well, and then just go ahead and come back in with a second coat very lightly where you need. Now I want a little bit of rust here, so we're going to come in with some cinnamon, just plain old cinnamon from your cupboard, and we're going to embed that into all the little nooks and crannies of our piece, making this have a rust look, like it's been sitting out a little bit, but not all the way. So I'm going to just continue layering up the cinnamon as I see fit, and then I'll go ahead and layer up some Mod Podge as well to make sure all that cinnamon gets stuck in there. Then you want to come in with your heat tool, making sure you have all that cinnamon crusted and baked over into your pot as well. Now off camera, once I get my spray sealer here, I will get my Rust-Oleum spray sealer and seal everything up. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and leave that part out until I have my sealer come in. So continuing on with your cinnamon, you can put as much as you want here, as little as you want. It's all, once again, your personal preference, but I continue on layering really much in those floral creases and around the edges and around the top of the piece, getting back into my brush and that Mod Podge, and once again embedding everything together. I repeat that same process for the base of our urn, or as well as the top rim of it as well. Once you have that all in, you guys know what to do. The process is the same. I came in with more moss here on the top. I found this beautiful wreath in my stash as well, you guys. So we're going to marry these two. I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the ring just so that it stays where it needs to, but is easily to remove if you guys decide you want to replace it with something else. So we're also going to come in with this cute bird that we're going to nestle in between everything, but I do want to come back in with that same method with our textured paint with French linen and our baking soda, layer up our cinnamon, and come in and bake that in with our heat tool. And you can repeat that process, layering up your piece as well as many times until you get the look that you like. And then once it's complete, you guys will go ahead and nestle him in the center. And look how adorable, you guys, this piece came out. We're going to go ahead and tuck some moss in between the gaps on the base, but look it, you guys, just a simple transformation. And once we put that Rust-Oleum sealer on, all that cinnamon will deepen in tone, and it's just gonna look beautiful. But I'm gonna show you this so far, but once again, add that Rust-Oleum, you guys. You're gonna love that finished look as everything deepen ups. Let me know what you guys think of this one down in those comments. If you enjoy my content, I would love for you guys to be part of my YouTube family by hitting that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. I found these items or these candlesticks on a clearance rack, and I forget what store it was, but we're going to give them a makeover in what is a French country look without some soft blues here. So we're going to come in with some Dixie Belle paint, this French eggshell fusion color here, and some of that same baking soda to thicken up our piece. So once I have this mixture all done, we're just going to thoroughly mix that up and start painting your piece. Now put the baking soda in there just to help thicken up the paint so it sticks on this slick surface, or you can get your slick stick from Dixie Belle as well. That helps adhere your paint too. I'm going to give this all one coat of paint, and then we'll continue on to the second one as well. And because the paint is a little thicker, you want to make sure that you go over your brush strokes as well. So So here are our set of candle holders, all left out to dry overnight. Now we showed you white wax, so let's go ahead and come in with some of this antique wax by Behr. And I do mix this up with a little bit of my clear wax from Dixie Belle, just to help that dark wax blend into our piece better, or else you're gonna get a little bit more of a harsher look and a surface that of your wax that's not so easily spread throughout your piece. But if you like that deeper tone, you can also just use straight antique wax. So we're just going to layer up this piece, and you guys see the difference there between the two. And I'm just loving this layering look too, as well as the white wax. There's so many variations, you guys, to pick from and to layer with, and I think these came out beautiful. But you guys gonna have to let me know what you think down in the comments. But look how cute these look with that little French eggshell color and the layer of dark wax up over top. Give a little bit weathered look to them. Some of the gold is showing through just in little spots, but I was okay with that, so I went with it. Let me know what you guys think of this one. Come shop with me over on Facebook at Emily's Upcycled Boutique. Just join my group page to shop. Link in the description. So this little bird needs some help. It's a little sad looking here. The paint job's not so great. So with the rest of that paint that we have going on, that same Fusion French Country color, we're going to go ahead and give this a thorough coat of that paint, sealing in between as I work from one side to the other, making sure I'm not just making a big mess as my fingers have to turn our bird here. Now this is a heavy duty little bird. It's like a little plaster or cement little statue kind of style. So he's going to get a beautiful blue color, and we're going to come in with this DIY white wax, you guys, and we're going to go ahead and coat him up, giving him a little variation between layers. Between that blue and that white, I think it's going to look beautiful. Now, once I have this white in, you go ahead and coat it up, and then I'll bring in my rag and wipe off any excess of that wax I don't want on our piece. And basically just using an old t-shirt here, placing my bird in the center, and then working around so I don't get my hands full of that wax. Using my wax brush, I'm just going to continue to blend. Now this does have a little bit of dark wax into it, but we're going to go ahead and highlight and add depth to a little bit of the bird using just some Distress Oxide ink, getting into that beak, onto his tails, into his wings. And then we'll come back also and layer up a little bit more white paint or white wax to blend everything together. And I just want a little bit more white wax layered on top, and that's just going to help, you know, give it a lighter highlight or depth to it. And then I'll just come in wherever I want more wax, like around his neck, in his feathers, and bring in that white wax back. But look how beautiful our little bird from before. He was a little sad bird, but now he's just a cutie patootie. And I just love how this makeover came out. So don't forget to pick up those ugly birds, you guys, and make them into something beautiful. Let me know what you guys think of this one down in those comments. For more DIY inspiration, give me a follow over on Facebook. When you have leftover paint from other projects, go ahead and grab some other pieces in your stash and do what I call a batch method here, where you use up all that paint on different pieces. Tip of the day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think there were some fun projects for you guys and some beautiful transformations and inspiration for you guys to take with you. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button on your way out so you don't miss any future videos, as well as hit that little bell. I appreciate you guys all for joining me today, and I'll leave you with a little bit footage of the boutique.